These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup at the Swiss stage of Worlds 2024.
So not surprised to see it brought out fully.
All right, Kobe, you said you were expecting junglers here in the top side for the volatile matchup. Zika jumping forward, trying to lock up King in here, flashes in for the Ruthless Predator, and Wei is there. Vault Breaker playmaker first blood over to Zika.
Chunked him out. We should be able to grab this dragon.
He crashed down there on the Moham, but he's not a whole lot more worried about it than just that. He can walk that away as the rest of his team is continuing to just pick this Drake up. Bottom lane's job is to make sure that the enemy bottom lane doesn't rotate over, try to cause any trouble, and that's not going to go down. So Lucid can finish picking this one up, no problem should be.
Weiwei's starting to get a little bit of an advantage for himself, though, because he's moved into DK's top side, stealing away the Grom.
The ultimate, get a big chunk onto the Maokai, make sure that DK are not going to have an option because, you know, they did have a really early timing on the first dragon, so there was possibilities here, especially with, you know, Mohan reset here, and they are swapping up to the top side for DK.
And Weiwei just to make sure he's going to be fine on this, but you're just leaving Gala now to get free time.
All right, LNG's bringing in some backup. Vault Breaker getting charged. Flash engage comes out from Hung, and they're immediately just trying to chop down that tree. Lucid gets away with 200 HP as Zika tries to keep everybody else locked up with a disengage coming out from Moham. Knocks him back into the river. The big bomb coming in from the Ziggs. Aiming needs one more shot, and Lucid's going to get the kill credit. DK 1-0 in the scrap.
You know, has been very consistent for them. As we see a 4-person move towards top.
All right, we got the big play. The dive coming in from DK, and Zika's about to drop. He stays alive for an extra second, but it is not long enough. But now the Maokai ulti coming out, stolen away by Scout, but it will not matter as everybody on DK exits stage left.
We're going to send everybody up to go for the tower dive first, but now the chase.
The immediate counterattack coming out from LNG with a Vi ulti into the follow-up from Scout. They take down Moham, but a teleport arrives, and Kingen is ready to tear through on a rampage.
Fully get their dive. This is so massive for LNG. They got so much money onto Gala. Gala had just been farming on the bottom side, and they're still able to get their chase down counter kill. They're still able to get their grubs. Can they finish the last one?
Oh no, they will not. Stolen away. How now, Mr. Cow? Weiwei stuck in the pit and he ain't getting out. It's the final grub plus a kill of a DK.
And the early ult down on Mohan, and so then Weiwei followed up. They got that one, and because you saw the smite used on that grub, he's not going to have his next smite charge available for the final grub. As you know, stolen away by the cow. Really fun action so far.
All right, as we get back to live, turrets are collapsing in bottom and top lane both, as LNG grabs the first down in the bottom lane, immediately responded by DK. But bouncing bomb's not going to connect in response. MasterCard Lane Economy snapshot showing you that, yes, it's a bit of a gold lead for Kingen, but all of the other gold leads going the opposite direction. Down here in the bottom lane, though, 1v1 between our ulting top laners. Zika trying to wait for those cooldowns to come back. He doesn't want to stand there and fight the Olaf. Auto attack v auto attack. Zika looking to chase him down now. A little bit more is all he needs. Run, Kingen, run! Zika with the solo kill.
Oh, where's Scout off to?
Okay, oh wait, Gala, very low on HP, down to 150, having to try to get away from this with a killer instinct. Last bouncing bomb ain't gonna hit him. The AD carry from LNG staying alive as Moham has already used the ultimate. The Unbreakable Will no longer available. Counterattack coming out from LNG now as Moham has to try to get away. Another stolen Maokai ulti. They go in, and LNG finds themselves another kill. They get everybody right on back out, and the scrap continues. It's less than 500 separating the two squads. However, that's going to be assisted here a little bit for the other side as DK manages to grab yet another turret thanks to the Zig Satchel here in the mid lane.
AoE on the item spikes here might be amazing. Regardless, though, is going to be Rift-Trailed picked up, and Kingen.
Ooh, yeah, Kingen trying to get himself away. Zik is going to stop the back. Kingen knows that the only way this works out okay is if he takes somebody with him. He cannot escape there. He tries to put the damage in, but it is not enough.
Then his team arrives here. It has just been All Zika all day now.
Now we got some more problems for Moham and for DK as Scout is ready to jump in after him. Stolen Alistar ulti means he's totally unafraid of any sort of a counterattack. Hung now just also continuing to try to chase this. Scout got knocked back over the wall. He misses the abscond duct, but Void Seeker from all the way in mid lane.
No way they're ever going to go in. And Scout just bops himself into the middle of 3 members of DK. It's like, I got this, it's fine. But it worked out. So great call on the bluff.
Deficit, it's mostly in.
Oh, Scout.
Oh, hold on now. TP coming in for LNG. Scout might be a little bit too far forward. Steals away the Maokai ulti, which means he doesn't have the tankiness from the Alistar that he would like to have. Scout jumping back into the Baron pit, flashing back over the wall, barely staying alive. Mom roars in. Scout steps to the left. He lives. At this point in the game, he's still going to need a couple of more minutes to hit that 225 sweet spot, as now LNG might have themselves another opportunity out of play. They will not be able to catch out that enemy Alistar, but Aiming's in a lot of trouble. Flash for the Ruthless Predator, and Gala's on a killing spree. TP arrives too late from DK to do anything about it. With the enemy Ziggs down, with his flash blown, it's problems for DK. Beautiful engage coming out from Hung as LNG follows up, and a Void Seeker finds the heart of Moham. DK just collapsed, and LNG hit him right in the ribcage.
And that's going to be a Baron as well on top. The cherry on top of those 2 plays for LNG. They're going to blow this game wide open with Baron buff and the 5 grubs. They should actually be able to take a ton of towers.
I mean, I just think I just heard the words fatality off the back of that one. LNG, that was really the punch that they needed to make things happen. And a great engage off the back from Hung as well, because this is a guy who has been criticized quite a lot in LNG for just not having the best of moments, but when this guy has his high highs and then start to set up a ton of vision in the enemy jungle, you can already see it existing on the bottom side of your screen, or bottom side of the map, but I think this is where LNG, this 1-3-1 is going to be such a threat for DK.
Opportunities for DK.
But also, I think it kind of just setting up a very strong point for LNG to say, hang on, no, we are a force to be reckoned with at Worlds. Because I think a lot of people coming in were talking about, hey, you know, there is the top esports, the BLG from the LPL, and then there's that drop down to LNG.
A lot going on here, and even in the jungle, 0, 1, and 5 for Weiwei been critical for setting up a lot of these plays, as LNG going to take out that tier 2 turret back in the mid lane, 9-3 kill advantage, 5-3 turret advantage, 8,000 gold ahead.
So they didn't all die down there either, and the Renekton pressure is going to be relentless, while the rest of the team...
Yeah, there's not a whole lot left to Lucid here in the top side jungle. As long as they have the tier 2, it ain't gonna matter now, but hold on, Gala and Weiwei are gonna keep pushing the issue further forward. Over the wall, the abscond of Duck doesn't catch anybody else, and Scout and Hung gotta try to get back away. Zika showing up for the reinforcements, but Kingan, nobody takes Hung out of the picture. Zika fighting 1v3 on the front line, but he has to disengage back into the jungle now. Here to the rest of the team. That you shouldn't have checked is instant lights out.
Oh, hang on, no.
Yeah, never mind. Fight starting off. Weiwei jumping to the back immediately, going after Aiming, who has to flash back over the wall, trying to stay safe as Weiwei's gonna get bursted down by Mom, but the Sterex keeping him alive for an extra second. Showmaker grabbing the kill on that one as Kingan is scrapping and fighting back against LNG. Zika has to try to get away, staying alive with a Sterex of his own, as Gala's gonna be taken down to 1/3 HP, and he's gonna continue retreating back into his own jungle. LNG have lost a man and killed no one on DK. DK standing strong, starting up the Baron, but LNG is still here. Scout looking for the opportunity to go back in. He steals the Alistar ulti away, and now he's jumping in on top of Lucid. Kill the jungler, kill the Baron. It's that easy. Moham trying to get back away now, as well as Zika wants to go in for a pincer attack, but Gala with a beautiful shot takes out the enemy support. Jungle and support on DK down.
Scout going, hang on a second, there's a cow still here, and I have ultimate available. So he just immediately goes, thank you very much, I'll take that. Lucid, you're first to fall. Very scared of that thing.
Okay, let's see. Is DK also scared of an LNG looking to force down the Baron? Weiwei loses his, was that the Sterex? No, never mind, that was just Allied Shield. Okay, I was worried there for a second. Points at once. You can see Zika up in the top lane, looking to take care of the last couple of hits onto that tier 2 they couldn't grab earlier, so now that one's out of the picture. They'll try to pressure 3 different lanes at once.
Great combo from Zika.
Yup. Kingan not loving this situation, as the tier 3 turret's gonna be killed in both top and mid lane at the same time. Zika pops the Dominus, looks to rotate over to the greater fight. They're gonna lock up Moham here at the very start. Scout steals away the Unbreakable Will. He's so tanky there in the front line. Mega Inferno Bomb doesn't do a thing.
Right back in.
in. Gala jumps in with a killer instinct. He wanted to go after Showmaker, but he ain't gonna find him. He stays alive with the extra bit of time from the stasis. Kingan's on the front, trying to hold these guys off, putting a couple of hits into Hung, but it ain't gonna matter. Scout steals away another. Maokai, ulti, LNG with 2 inhibitors down on the enemy squad. Continue to push forward. Moham barely stays alive. Wei getting himself back into the fight. He's trying to stay alive, but it ain't gonna work out. It's 2 dead on the side of LNG. But Zika, Scout, and Gala are still pushing. The minions are finally gonna get cleared away, and DK's looking for a little bit of extra punish, but they ain't gonna find anything here just yet. The game disadvantage. Zika still hanging around and waiting. It's Wei and Gala DPSing the Elder just by themselves as a 2-man unit, as Hung's gonna run interference, looking to keep everybody else away with a crash down to the Magnet Storm. Zika's ready to follow it up. They got the Elder, and they're looking to tear through DK. The remaining 4 players trying to get out, but it ain't gonna matter. Scout's got an unbreakable will, and LNG's got unbreakable lines. Moham will be the next to die as a double kill for Gala will seal their fate. Scout goes on a rampage. 1 goes back, but it will not matter. Ace for 1. Game 1 is going the way of LNG. They'll push down that last Nexus turret. They'll make a statement 18-8, and LNG is up 1-0 in the first promo series of the quarterfinals.
Scout, deathless. Gala, deathless. LNG on top, 0-1 in their favor, taking the game number 1. And really good setup with a Galio here. That counter pick still used very effectively. Galio mid, by the way, has been on a recent tear with the full damage build. For solo queue, it has been massive. You want to have the level 6 kill potential really be there. And with now Scout on the Galio with no flash, he will certainly be a viable target, as Zika right now is the target.
Yep, knocked back with the satchel charge. Zika trying to get away there, jumps towards his opponents with a hook shot for the extra distance, but it does not matter. First blood over to aiming on the Ziggs.
Banged into the tower, and they still got the stun, setting it up for aiming for Ziggs to get fed. Now the opposite dive.
Yeah, they want to get this dive onto Kingan if they can. Doing a good job defending himself for now. Turret shots flying out, but Scout's made his way down to the fight now too. 4v1, Kingan still level 5, nowhere close to being able to go all out, but he knocks him back, doing a beautiful job so far. Kingan, 1-man army from DK, he finally falls. LNG barely stumbling out of it. Of Zika, who does not have his own ulti. The Camille's still only level 5, so that's not going to be a return kill.
And now with the map state that it's in, Lucid able to move up towards this top side. He's going to get the Void Grubs. You push for aiming on towards this top tower as well. This should fall. So despite it being that top tower, it actually looks like first turret is going to go the way of DK.
On Zika, so it's going to be a very, very dangerous Ziggs very early on into this game.
Yeah, there you go. Turret down. Ziggs doing what Ziggs does, and Kingan now goes all out here with a Cassante chasing after Hung, but he can just join up with the rest of his team up here in this bottom side river. Wei still working on the Drake. They're level 4, they're half HP for the support and jungler of LNG, so they got to be a little bit careful here, even though they have a massive numbers advantage. They catch King, and he went way too close. What in the hell are we doing, King? And that was not the right choice. LNG getting a punish, and now the fight might just continue. Lucid wants to try to get away back over the wall. The ball breaker ain't gonna work. DK just throwing their men into a blender.
Would be very nice for them, even though their bottom tower here is very close to going down, and 3 members of LNG are coming to try and make sure of that.
Yep, we got another teleport coming in to try to turn this into a very one-sided fight. It's another bad experience for King and around the bottom lane. 0-3-0 on Cassante in this game.
I think that's a great call from LNG, because they're like, fine, you can have the next pack of grubs off of your push on top side, off of your push in mid lane, but we're going to know that you're taking those grubs and make a play on the other side of the map.
I think it's always one of the most critical skills in League of Legends that really separates the top teams. Hold on now, another one of those skills is a dive when you can find it. Beautifully done from DK, but a nice interruption as LNG want to get that counter attack now on Lucid, who tries to escape off to the right, but it's not going to do a whole lot. You would have to think. Lucid still staying alive for now. Still trying to get himself back away. One more punch from Scout's gonna get it done as Hung gets slammed back into the wall there by the Poppy, but a DP's coming in. There's your Glacial Prison. There's a double kill back over to Scout. There's Zika making his way into the fight as Kingen goes unstoppable with his reinforcement, but the fight's already finally done. A good team is knowing when to just let something go and take something else instead, but LNG was not willing to let Gala go unavenged, and they hit right back.
In though. It's kind of like, oh, you take none of my health, but I also take none of yours. So good day, sir. We'll back away, but they will back away towards this dragon, which is working out well for them. And Zika now trying to see if he can just put some pressure on towards Moham, but he cannot defend this top tower by himself, but the wave isn't quite in position.
So I feel like we might get a nice little scrap here.
Yes, sir. Rift Herald has spawned. LNG with a 5-man play going in. They find the Glacial Prison, but it's only on the Moham. How much do they want to commit to this? Looks like the whole kitchen sink. Should be a 1-for-1 though. Hung barely getting away. Showmaker finally going to finish him, but Lucid's going to drop next. 3v4. Aiming is still alive. Kingen trying to cut off Zika. Hero's entrance looking to back up that top laner as Kingen is once again in a bad spot. He has to flash to try to escape, but it's Scout back over the wall. LNG doing a beautiful job as the fist of Scout finds the forehead of Aiming, and that one is going to be a clean fight for LNG.
The Galio punches are very satisfying there. That was actually beautiful kind of dissection of the fight from LNG. They cut off both members here.
DK have to be willing to make his third dragon started. DK, a lot of respect here.
LNG with total control over the bottom side river, and one of the reasons why they have it is because they dropped the Rift Herald back in mid lane as a distraction that needs to be answered by DK here at the same time. Showmaker's going to step up, but the Mountain Drake is already secured by Weiwei here on the Sejuani.
Play off elsewhere, but DK have read this.
Yeah, Showmaker and Lucid both around here. Mega Inferno Bomb used to just clear the wave. Scout's Justice Punch gets interrupted, so then he has to flash to try to escape, but a nice charm from Showmaker to lock him up, and LNG is going to get punished immediately. The Vile to stop the hero's exit.
LNG, they want the soul. They're going to send everybody.
Zika here first. LNG with control over the pit. They're going to pour some DPS into the objective. DK still got to be careful about their approach, but they're going to be a little bit too little, too late. Mega Inferno Bomb over the top as they want to try to get their jungler in there, but instead the counterattack coming out from LNG. The Drake is going to be secured. That is Mountain Soul over to the LPL squad, as now they're going to take the full fight, but they got to be careful. Zika here on the front line going to be taken low, but he barely survived thanks to Steric's Gauge. Now the Wombo combo. The damage back over onto Kingen's going to be good. LNG still chasing, but Weiwei is at death's door. Aiming takes him down, and Hung is going to be stopped. LNG still scrambling to fight. A double kill back over to Aiming. Make it a triple for the Ziggs. Scout about to fall, and the Void Seeker won't get one back. It's soul of an LNG. It's fight for DK.
They have to get Baron and take so much more on the map, and again, this is such a crucial component to LNG. Actually, we have to take these towers because of these double AP mages that are just buffering through these waves.
I want to see the fight again. Gala here, though, is going to try and fight them off the Baron. They're still rushing it down. It's only 3,000 health.
2,000 health, 1,000 health secured by Lucid and DK.
It's the knock onto Hung to make sure he can get that double kill.
All right, back to live. Engage from Lucid, going in, tries to find the slam on the Weiwei. The Sejuani not anywhere tanky enough to survive this, and DK with momentum barreling down the bottom lane.
They saw Zuka in this top side, so they immediately go for the pick. They get it, and the reset now from Kingen to defend this top turret as well. DK getting a lot of value out of this Baron buff and outplaying on the map right now.
Fight.
DK coming back from the precipice of another really bad game state, and they are now over 4,000 gold ahead. The Ziggs War Machine, all these things. This time around, it's much more of a fighting, shooting DPS dive build. If you're not diving, you're not really doing anything on LNG's side, and if DK continues building their lead, the dive gets tougher and tougher. Moham, very, very low, but he still stays alive critically. Kingen trying to also continue the retreat. LNG keeps the chase alive. Scout doing a great job, locking up the enemy Cassante. Zika's already killed off Moham, but meanwhile back in the jungle, it's Gala under pressure. Huge damage coming in. Gala is saved somehow by the hero's entrance plus the shielding. The Kaisa stands tall.
Coming behind them with a big taunt. Zika trying to wrap around completely out of vision. Lucid trying to mark him and spot him out. We'll just see him here now.
Okay, they've got eyes on Zika, but now the fight's gonna start off. Lucid wanted to go in, but it ain't gonna work out here quite yet. Aiming forced into the stasis here immediately, but a massive engage coming out from Hung. He locks everybody up, but where's the follow-up? Kingan's gonna die. Gala takes him out. DK trying to get themselves away. Zika still barely alive here at about 25% HP back into the Drake pit. Lucid over the wall, still thinking about maybe trying to fight for it. Moham at 1/3 HP, aiming. He needs to recall, reset, rejoin the fight here with a teleport. The Dragon at 6,000 as Hung again still looking for an angle. There's your taunt coming out from Scout. Zika back over the wall and Lucid is down. The charm on Gala will finish him off, but Showmaker dies to Scout here as well. Aiming and Moham trying to get themselves back away as Weiwei will be left alone here with the Elder Dragon. Hung still chasing, and Elder execute would be almost immediate here on the Moham. He's about to take the damage. The winds of war are blowing, and they will burn down the house of DK. Aiming, the last man standing around from the side. The Elder Dragon Sejuani trying to cut him off. Aiming with a beautiful Mega Inferno Bomb to take out the enemy support, but he pays with it with his life, and LNG get a delayed ace plus Elder.
Goes down there to the big Ziggs bomb.
All right, back to live. LNG going after Baron. And there is no contest on that one. All right, LNG have Elder for another 60 seconds, Baron for 3 minutes. They want to try to force a fight if they can while the super buffs are active. Over the wall to block any sort of a chase that DK would have wanted to execute on, as Gala, now with a space created by Zika in the top lane, can secure the kill in the tier 2 back over in mid. Tier 3 Turbid in top, still just barely standing as the push, the onslaught from LNG continues.
Side of DK, where aiming was pumping out damage, trying to do as much as they can, but LNG, of course, still with their Dragon Soul, with all the extra gold that they've now gotten too, try to come and finish off the other side of the map.
Oh, Moham finds himself in a bad spot. He's down. Zika seeing the angle to block his escape. Now a 5v4 for LNG. Glacial Prison on the Kingan yet again. The 0-6 Cassante has had such a struggle as the wave is also about to crash. Mega Inferno Bomb with very little value. Mid lane inhibitor would be the first one to fall on DK's side as LNG maintain their 5v4 advantage for the next 10 seconds. Going into the second Elder Drake fight of the game. Gala taking the poke though from aiming as Showmaker's forced into the stasis. He's got to try to get himself back away. Zika into the back line, but he's already isolated. He's going to be knocked down. Surely though, right? Hero's entrance ain't quite going to find the way that it's looking for. Zika into the back line. Aiming trying to get away. They need to lock him up, beat him down. Weiwei finds the kill on aiming, and DK is looking like a graveyard right now. LNG barreling down mid lane. Game 2 was closer. DK was stronger, but LNG still are better. Kingan jumps into the middle of everybody, but it ain't gonna do a damn thing. Showmaker gets shown just who's the better team here. And LNG are the first team going to quarterfinals in Worlds 2024.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup at the Swiss stage of Worlds 2024. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.